Well, hello everyone, my name is Zachary O'Shea and this is Box of Teeth. So you have a custom-made antagonist for your Dungeons & Dragons game, and now you need to come up with a couple of minions that fit the same genre themes. I'm going to go over one of those minions right now for our antagonist this month. As a reminder, we're talking about the Lodge Master this month, who is a demon. His portfolio, as it were, is corrupting the youth, especially nobles and the like, and turning them into savage, toxic people who ruin the society around them. He has a primary form of a grizzled, old, handsome, noble hunter, but his actual form is a horrible demon with red fur and a skull wolf head. The Lodge Master really relies on 4 subgenres, which are body horror, demonic horror, corruption horror, and class horror. And we're going to be talking about one of his minions, the Trophy Wife, when it comes to all 4 of those subjects. The primary indications about body horror and demonic horror come from the Trophy Wife's appearance. She wears a crimson frock coat over an overbust corset with a bone brocade. Her pants match this coat, and she has tall ivory button spats that attach to her abyss-blackened hooves. The coat's interior was lined with grisly talismans crafted from various forest animals and sentient creatures. Brazen antlers spiral up from the fiend's platinum hair. The Trophy Wife's eyes are actually those of a doe, her lips red and ripe, her skin as pale as snow. In fact, this beautiful fetishmonger is sometimes mistaken for a nature spirit or celestial, until she smiles and reveals a mouthful of shark-like teeth. Sticking with a little bit of demonic horror, but definitely going into corruption and class horror, every single lodge or cult that the Lodge Master sets up has exactly one Trophy Wife. These fiends are charged with running the Infernal Lodge day to day, with duties including making sure the kitchen and larder are properly stocked, directing the cleaning staff, and organizing the debauched entertainment that draws members in and corrupts their souls and bodies. In this last task, they procure a variety of illicit substances, sacrificial victims, and a cadre of incubi and succubi to serve and corrupt those within. Though the fiend always chooses a handful of the lodge members to warm her bed, those that spurn her in this often end up becoming meals for the entire lodge. Many wonder what the Trophy Wife's status is in relation to the Lodge Master. Oftentimes, it seems the female fiend has absolute authority within her personal lodge, ordering the Lodge Master about and controlling his excesses. Likewise, the Lodge Master always speaks to the Trophy Wife in a respectful and playful manner, as kind of a pleasantly beleaguered husband, but there's always little hidden barbs in there that put her in her place. The infernal entities rarely butt heads either, at least publicly. It seems that the Lodge Master and the Trophy Wife see eye to eye on nearly every matter. From past interactions, scholars of the demonic wonder if the Trophy Wife even knows that others like her exist, like there's multiple wives, as it were. And when confronted with this information, they don't even dignify the questions with a response, and often fly into a rage. This plays into the kind of toxic masculinity and the person that is supporting them behind the scenes, as well as the class horror in corrupting these noble youth to think that this is completely normal and okay. Along with the corruption horror, we have that she's a mistress of the hunts. Whenever the lodge goes out into hunt in force, it's the Trophy Wife that accompanies them. She and her infernal attendants set up a home base for the hunters to return to. If one of her fold comes back wounded or even dead, the fiend will fix them up with their profane artifice and potions. Those she dotes on receive enchanted fetishes to display her favor. From time to time, the Trophy Wife will also take to the field herself in the hunt, if she feels peckish or the prey ends up being more than the normal lodge members can actually deal with. And, of course, if heroes assault the lodge, they're definitely going to have to deal with the mama bear, as it were, who is just beside herself that anybody would violate the sanctity of her home. Alright, that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the Trophy Wife statistics for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. The Trophy Wife is a medium fiend who is neutral evil and challenge rating 9. She has a decent amount of hit points and armor class, some saving throws bonuses, a plethora of skills. Damage to non-silvered, non-magic weapons is reduced because she has resistance to them. She has some damage immunities and condition immunities that are consistent for fiends that serve the Lodge Master. Ability-wise, she does have magic resistance. She has Majesty, very similar to the Lodge Master himself, where she has such a force of personality that is difficult to attack her more than once in a round. You have to succeed on a charisma save to be able to do so. And she has a plethora of spells via spell casting, and she basically casts as an artificer in that sort of regard through her fetishes that she makes. She can, of course, change shape to look like a normal humanoid woman, usually an elf, half-elf, or human. She has a gore attack. She doesn't really bite or slash with her claws. She just runs you through with her horns. Her really big action that she has is Bestow Fetish. She has a list of fetishes that she can make based on different animals that she has broken down for parts and or people and or outsiders that she can then gift to other members that are around her so they get bonuses during combat. Normally she can only craft 3 fetishes per day, but she has a way to get additional uses, which is her reaction of Trophy Hunter. If a beast, humanoid, or monstrosity is brought to 0 hit points within 30 feet of her, she can use that reaction to instantly teleport over to them, tear out their liver and consume it, instantly killing that creature, and she regains the ability of Bestow Fetish. So of course we get demonic horror and how she looks and her corrupting influence and the like, as well as the demons that she recruits to her side. We have class horror because she's doing her best to groom these young men underneath her to become awful human beings. We have some of that corruption horror, both in the demonic aspect, but also she helps create a illusion of a healthy relationship with the Lodge Master, but there's just enough that's wrong and toxic there. And of course, we also do have body horror, because she can change from a beautiful woman into a horrible monstrosity that still has a little too much beauty, as well as tearing apart monsters and people to make these gruesome fetishes that she gives to others to imbue them with power. I hope you enjoyed the Trophy Wife. You can find her, along with all the minions for the Lodge Master, and hundreds of other horror-themed monsters for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition that are all perfectly free. If you're more interested in the non-Dungeons & Dragons role-playing products that I have, or the horror fiction that I write, includes Grease Paint right there, has a killer clown, you can always go to www.zacharyoshea.com. I really do appreciate your time and your attention today, and hope you have a wonderful rest of the afternoon.